What words today would you use to describe this loss?
Selfish.
How disappointed are you?
Very.
What are you most disappointed about?
I mean, it's over, man. I'm tired of going out there and losing. Like, it's just that. I mean, I don't know, bro. Go out there first, second quarter, don't get the ball, start getting targets at the end. I mean, can't do nothing. Start getting the ball when it's 30-0. What you want me to do?
Why in the first half are they not looking at you?
I don't know. Talk to Davis about that. Obviously, it ain't the quarterback. Same outcome when we had DJ at quarterback. I mean, take a look. Take a look. It ain't the quarterback.
So what do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Is it the play?
Everybody know better than me.
Is it the play call?
We'll take 3 more.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I know I'm tired of losing.
I was tired of hearing Nabers smack the gums. I'm glad that we're done with that and can now welcome in our NFL insider, Jonathan Jones. And clearly Nabers has no idea what's going wrong since this is not the QB, but he is feeling it. The G-men are feeling it. Is it possible to get any lower than where they are right now?
You know, Zach, I've been doing this for a while, and I appreciate that question. The thing, like philosophically, fundamentally, it can always get worse. Like, whenever you think it's rock bottom, oh, you just wait. You will find that you can continue digging all the way to the Earth's core. So just philosophically, yes, it can get worse. I will say this. I understand Malik Nabers and his frustration and his disappointment. I understand that we have to play the clip. I understand that it is going around the NFL news cycle right now. I don't really think that man right there cares. I don't think the Giants, with all due respect, Zach, I want to deliver this as respectfully as possible. The rookie who has been in the league for 11 games with one organization, who at LSU, the best that he got there was a 10-3 season with Brian Kelly. He doesn't really know what it's like. He hasn't been through a full NFL season. Again, understand his frustrations. Obviously, the Giants are having a very bad season, and it can get worse, and it probably will get worse if we're all being honest. But I don't think that anyone in any position of power with the Giants is necessarily moved by what Malik Nabers is saying. He's a rookie wide receiver. Honestly, I'd be surprised if one of the top receivers in a terrible losing season didn't have something to say, right? That is what you expect from that position. But I don't believe that Brian Daboll is moved by this. Again, you know, he's saying this is the same thing no matter who the quarterback is. Well, yes and no, right? Daniel Jones, he got benched honestly, right? There's no question at all about that. But they were also in some closer games that Daniel Jones did sort of lose for them, right? You can go back to that Bengals game. You can go back to that Steelers game. You can go back to that Germany game, right? That wasn't on Daniel Jones necessarily, but it didn't help them beat the Panthers in Germany. You know, Tommy DeVito was not a very good quarterback, and it would stun me to believe that Brian Daboll, the former coach of the year, who helped coordinate Josh Allen to a top 5 MVP candidate race, it would stun me if Brian Daboll didn't try to get the ball to Malik Nabers, didn't scheme something up to get the ball to Malik Nabers in the first half of the game. Ball didn't come his way. I don't think that's something that Brian Daboll doesn't know and didn't try to do. So I would put some of that on the quarterback. And again, sort of wrapping this up, I don't, as respectfully as possible, Malik Nabers can be upset and frustrated, and he should be. But I don't really think that anyone in power with the Giants is truly caring about what Malik Nabers is saying in terms of how they fix this. They know.
At least someone a little bit older, Dexter Lawrence on the team, called the team soft, and he has a little bit more years under his belt in the NFL. Do you think Dable makes it through the end of the year without getting fired?
I do. I mean, yeah, look, I'm not going to sit here and etch this in a stone and promise you my firstborn that anything in the NFL will or will not happen. You know, we've been around long enough that a whole lot of guarantees turn out to not be guarantees. That a whole lot of, well, we expect one thing turns out to be the other. I expect Brian Daboll to finish out this season. And while yesterday was bad, I still expect Brian Daboll to come back next year. But that's based off of what everyone that I talked to has been telling me. So, again, I know it's looked bad, but I don't think, even though it looks bad, and again, it can get worse. And can things change? Absolutely. Absolutely. But as it stands right now, no, I don't anticipate that Brian Daboll is going to get fired midseason.
When you mention things looking bad, I feel like it's an interesting juxtaposition we can talk about with the Chiefs right now, because they're 10-1, but maybe to the naked eye, you can say they've looked bad despite still continuing to win. I thought the Panthers were going to pull it out yesterday, but we did not. How do you feel, and does anyone fear the Chiefs anymore?
They should. Yeah, they should, because they may have home field advantage in January. Like, this isn't, the NFL isn't ranked based off the BCS computers, right? We don't care how it looks. Did you get the win? So the Chiefs don't care. And so, I don't know, you know, I've gone through a lot of like, oh, this is the worst undefeated team ever, and look at the point margin that they're winning by and all this stuff. Yeah, they probably should have beaten the Panthers by more. Okay, they won. And this is, they're winning ugly, and they're getting healthier. You know, the thing is that if you're choosing a team out of the 32 that we have here, and you say, which one do you think is going to perform well in January? I'd probably go with the one that's gone to 4 Super Bowls in the last 6 years. Like, that's probably the one that I would pick. You know, they're 10-1. They lost to the Bills. Okay. I talked with some folks who said, look, there are guys on this team, rookies, new acquisitions, who literally do not know what it's like to lose a game with the Kansas City Chiefs, and then how you respond and how you bounce back. And so now they have a short week against the Las Vegas Raiders, who could be starting Aiden O'Connell. Hopefully they do, and that it's not Desmond Ridder. We certainly will see as the week goes along. I don't think there's much panic with the Kansas City Chiefs, as veteran a group as this is. You can sit here and say, are they winning convincingly? Of course not. Are the Philadelphia Eagles winning convincingly? Of course they are. But if you go out there and roll the football out in a neutral site game in a month from now, I don't know that you're necessarily going to sit here and say, oh, the Eagles are going to stomp out the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think anybody's going to say that. Would you pick Philadelphia to win? Sure. I'd understand that. Detroit to win? Sure. I'd understand that. But when we get to the postseason, and the Chiefs are the 1 or the 2 seed, everyone is going to fear them.
Meanwhile, you talk NFC and maybe a team that could face the Chiefs in a potential Super Bowl. It's looking like it's going to be real hard for the 49ers to even make the playoffs with the skid that they're on right now. What do you think is the belief that San Francisco can turn it around and get it going?
Yeah, I mean, they have to turn it around immediately, yesterday, right? And this is one of those things in the league, it's really, really hard to outrace all of your injuries. That was what made what the Cleveland Browns did last year so incredible. They weren't supposed to make it to the postseason with 5 different quarterbacks. Brandon Allen, obviously a very, very rough day for him against that Packers pass rush. But you look at the rest of the schedule, and it's at Buffalo next week. You know, the Bears and that offense, they're playing well. They're not getting the wins. I know the Rams just got spanked on national television, but, you know, the Rams are still the Rams. Miami may still have some life in Week 16, and then they have Detroit in Week 17. So I don't know what our projections have for the Niners, but if you look at the NFC and you believe, yeah, you're definitely going to need 9 wins, right? We see right there the wild card. I think you're going to need 9 wins in order to get a wild card spot. You need the Niners to get 4 more wins here. And I don't know that 4 wins is going to be made available to them. They're hopeful that Brock Purdy is going to be able to play next week against the Buffalo Bills. They're going to need Brock Purdy to play. Obviously, on Wednesday, they didn't have much concern about his shoulder. On Thursday, that changed. Friday, he was out for Sunday. So we'll see how he progresses through this week. But that is a daunting remaining schedule for a team that probably, if they're going to be a wild card, they need 4 wins. Could they still get in the NFC West, right? And so maybe you don't need 4 wins in that way. Maybe you can sneak in with a tiebreaker at 8 wins. I find that hard to believe. So the Niners are certainly going to need to turn it on soon, but it's possible they've dug themselves too deep a hole. And frankly, when they have a spate of injuries the way that they have this year, they usually don't perform well. It's when they're healthy that they look like the Monstars, and then when they're injured, they're really injured, and that's what we are starting to see take place for them. We'll see if they can overcome it.
Yeah, when you're injured, you're hurt. When you're hurt, you're really hurt, and then that kind of gets us to this shot of espresso because I want to get an injury report after this.
Nobody competes when they are clicking on all cylinders. I like the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, even though I like my burgers medium, he's doing a job well done as an MVP.
Yeah, fellas, I checked the NFL schedule. They still play the postseason in January, and that's when the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, I can't believe that y'all aren't taking that fine piece of meat right there with the best head coach and the best quarterback. You come at the king, you best not miss.
Okay, Jonathan, what you got here?
Oh, I just, I wanted to make sure that we had everything all together.
I look like it
See you.
It's the Traveling Road Show. We'll see you next week.
JJ, I ding you some points for not doing it in Buffalo, but props, you finally got it done. But how are you feeling? Because I see the look on your face. You were not 100% after that.
I'm going to keep it 100% with you right here. I did happen to fall on my mic pack, all right? So that's what I was feeling immediately. Everything else felt fine, but I felt that mic pack. But, after about 15 minutes, I took the advice of an old colleague and friend, Steve Smith. Iced up, son. I was fine. About 30 minutes later, I feel great today. I'm going to go hop on the treadmill. I'm going to get this Monday 5K in. It's going to be great. I feel amazing. Feel like $100. And I'm planning on a short week. We're going to be back on Thursday for the Thanksgiving Day game. Bears-Lions. Back on Sunday on CBS. No worries here, baby. Let's go.
Well, real quickly, then, can you give us the injury update on Jonathan Jones? I mean, is it day-to-day? What are we thinking here? Quick, break that news.
Oh, no, I mean, there's no injury designation. He's good to go. I mean, don't forget about it. Forget about it.
Oh, man. It's so funny. We talked about this the week before. He said he thought about going through a table, and now he does. Yeah. Jonathan Jones, not just breaking news, but breaking tables now when it comes to us in the NFL. Take a look at this. CBS Sports HQ, as always, we're the home of the NFL. Broken tables as well. News, highlights, score. It's all here for you guys.